Welcome back, everybody. Next
What's going
episode
on?
of the Branded Podcast. Donte Cotton.
Ronald James.
We are in the building.
How you feeling, man?
I'm all right, man. Just a lot of different stuff going on. I got a lot of projects that I'm trying to put myself into and just become a more rounded designer that I want to be. So, Pencil is a sneaker design academy. So they're doing a program over the summer, and then this fall they're actually doing an official college course. So I'm trying to put some things together and apply for that. Did some new apparel for the podcast, running it by you, seeing how that looks. What else have I been working on? I got some other things. I just got a lot of working on getting our intern.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Got a few applicants, so hopefully we'll have that soon, and we'll be able to pick our social media thing up soon. But yeah, just trying to stay on top of everything that I got going on as far as, you know, design and business. But what about you, man?
I'm stand up, music stuff with my cousin. A lot of collaboration stuff. I'm gonna be doing some shorts with a friend of mine. Hopefully there'll be something that comes out of it real soon. Yeah. So I just keeping my head to the ground, keeping it kind of close to the chest, and hopefully some of the stuff that I've been working on will start to pop up.
Oh, speaking of the pencil thing, I gotta run something by you after we finish this. And then we have a live show in July 13th for Baltimore County. We actually have a meeting for that. What, next week? Yeah. So we'll plan stuff out for that. So it's just a lot of different things going in at once. It's
I have an early screening of the Tupac movie that I'm going to with my girl, and I think that we're gonna wind up rating it on the podcast. I'm gonna see if I can get some extra tickets, see if I can get you in, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been hearing good things. So
you guys have been doing like a lot of movies right when they come out as far as like reviews, haven't you? Yeah,
we've been like Wonder Woman. Our podcast came out the day it came out. We've been hitting dates pretty frequently, which is crazy because we at first we weren't, because it was hard. Two of them are married. Yeah, you know. So, but yeah, we've been really hitting those dates. We've been having those podcasts out the day they come out. Yeah. So subscribe to Movie Schmovie. That's a dope podcast that I also host, which is very informative and good. So yeah, my energy's weird, man. I'm fucking tired. Did stand up last night, and you know, sometimes you gotta give your soul to some shit. Like, right. I felt like I had to like put my shit out on the line.
You still trying to recoup it a little?
You got had to pull the gloves out. one of them joints hit. You was like, you had to pull one of them. Yeah. All right.
It was a tough crowd, man.
At it regardless.
Yeah, it was a tough crowd, but it was cool. Like
exactly. That's usually how they work, though. You know, as you build something like that, you know, the crowd.
I feel like expectations. It's starting to feel like the first trick, I jumped off the curb. Yeah. Second trip, I was off a building, and they're like, "What you do a skyscraper now?" Yeah.
Exactly. And you like, I never thought about skyscrapers. I mean, the curb was by accident for one. You know,
that's the Chris Angel shit. I don't know if he can keep up with his tricks anymore.
Yeah, you just happened to like trip off the curb, and it looked like a jump. So everybody thought that's just what you was doing.
Right. It's depressing. So our guest today, man, Ivan Martin, businessman, comedian, mover, shaker in the city, teacher, and festival founder. So, okay, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, man, what's going on? That's going good, man. Just happy to be here. What's up, good folks?
Nothing much, man. So, you're a comedian by trade.
Yes. Which means that basically just means I'm broke.
What you do? Yeah, your name is everywhere.
I'm happy.
I'm
happy.
Yeah, I think that's the important part.
I'm happy. Yeah, I remember, crying at work. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy, but you know what I'm saying? It's a weird thing, you know. Back then, you either sacrifice making money and then spending X amount of the time that you use to make that money, winding down, getting back to your natural creative state, and then by that time, there's less time you have to do that. Then it's time to recharge and go back. Or, as we were just talking earlier before the podcast, you can sacrifice some of those things if you have the time and the means or the tutelage. And next thing you know, you use that extra time and space. You will have less resources financially,
right.
But you'll have more space, sanity-wise, to be able to, to knock a lot of things out.
So, where are you from?
Duval, Jacksonville, Florida.
Cool. When did you decide you wanted to first do stand-up?
In the Navy, 2006. So I started right end of 2006, beginning of 2007. I would say that's when I really started to start.
Do you remember one of your first jokes?
Yes.
One of your first jokes that you knew was funny.
Okay.
The first joke that hit, I guess, because I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because you have a lot of ones that you'd be like, oh, that's funny. I like that joke, and it works. But the one that was hitting, that I was like...
hit, the way you're like, I'm going to kill it with this one.
All right. It was after my first year. It was this spot we used to always do. And so my first year just grinding, basically only doing a spot every week, boom, boom, boom. Just hitting baby open mics. Then after that, the open mic at the comedy club came, and the joint I hit him with had this bit. Remember this is 10 years ago. It was this bit that was you ever realize how when you pull up to the, and this is my style is very reenacting, you do it like this, or it happened like this, or let me show you, you know what I mean? So it was very raw in that essence then. So it was you ever realize how when you be broke, you even order your food differently? You have money, you pull up, you got your attitude with the lady. She be like, welcome to me, be like, hold up, lady, I ain't ready yet. You be on the phone talking to people, yeah, she trying to rush a nigga and shit. I'm over here trying to get my order right, Are you ready? Hold on. You know what I'm saying? But let you be broke. You pull up to it like it's a haunted house. You know what I'm saying? You be broke. She be broke. You pull up. Music is already down. You ain't got no pride or nothing. You just ready for her. She come on. Welcome to McDonald's, man. You be like, is anybody there? Is anyone there? Yes, sir. We're here. All right. I already know what I want. You don't even gotta say. You ever realize how when you be super broke, you don't describe the meal by the meal, you describe it by the price. You be like, let me get $1 cheeseburger, a McValue fry for $1. Yeah. And y'all still got 2 apple pies for $1. All right. Even though you asked for 3 items that all cost $1, you still be like, how much is that? Oh shit! Yeah, that was my first. That was the first the price. Then I was like,
Yeah, this went over. Oh shit! So, how long were you in the military?
4 years.
4 years.
On record, but really 3.5. Now I got out early on a good conduct and education program that they had at the time.
Oh, cool.
And I did this, this program, and I had an opportunity to do STA 21, which is go to Annapolis, but I didn't want to. So they was like, listen, if you get into college and you show us that you can get out, then we'll let you out right now. And I had so many vacation days backed up and stuff. You know what I mean? So it just worked out.
Huh.
Cool. That's dope.
So how did you get from Duval up to Baltimore?
The Navy. That was a 3-year ticket price. But yeah, that's what it was. I always knew I didn't. It's not that I didn't want to go to college. It's just that I was just focused on making money because I was already making money.
Okay.
14 years old, sweeping up at the barber shop. Then after that, 15, start making a little money, getting on little jobs. And then before you know it, I was 16 at J.C. Penney's. Then after that, I was the assistant, got an admin job at 16. Then after that, then the wheels came. It was over. It was over. It was like, man, because it's like if you're making money, you got a car. But then again, being in the South, you know what I mean, I kind of didn't have, you know what I mean? It was only so far I wanted to, because it was only so much I saw. So I knew I wanted to leave. I always knew that. I always knew I was going to leave. I just didn't know how, But I also wanted to be in a safe place. And I know that sounds stupid, going to war. But I wanted to be safe in the sense of not have to worry about a meal, not have to worry about where I'm going to stay, not have to worry about if I have a few dollars in my pocket. And that taking that deal with the Navy thing and all that, kind of was all looped into one. And yeah, I had a chance to travel and stuff like that, you know. I mean, I went to Dubai a few times, London. I mean, I had a chance to travel. It was beautiful, you know, but, you know, also, you know, went to war, you know, so I mean, that's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool though. That's how I got here. That's how I got to Virginia Beach. From Virginia Beach, I moved here because I wanted to be in between DC and like Philly, New York area, New Jersey. But
you didn't want to spend $2 million.
Nah, it's just that I really like DC. But then after that, a friend of mine had a spot out here, and I was just able to stay at his crib. And it was a condo downtown, and I was like, all right, I had a chance to get acclimated to the city. And the comedy scene, I don't know about, you know what I mean? I first got on the scene here, it was kind of weird for me, you know? Right. I was a real transplant when I first got here, because it's a scene here, and a lot of the guys, Larry Lancaster, Lawrence Owens, a lot of the guys up and down the D.C. circuit that work a lot of the mainstream urban spots. And it's very difficult for a lot of those guys to be accepted by the mainstream clubs. But I grew up in the Funny Bone out of Virginia Beach. Okay. I already had like 4 or 5 years under my belt when I came here, going to 9 different Funny Bones. So all these guys already knew me. So I'm already in Magoobies and working at the factory and doing you know what I mean? Because I just knew these guys. Yeah. But so when I came on the mainstream scene out here in open mic, and I would talk like a mainstream comic, I thought everybody else was doing the same thing. Right. But they wasn't. So it made me look like who the fuck is this asshole talking about shows and credits and maybe just telling jokes. Right. But, you know, correct or wrong, since not just me, but since I've been on the scene and since I've known you, the scene has changed so, like, on a progressive level.
Yeah.
So much.
I mean, because what we technically do is like alt rooms. You know what I mean? Like, for anybody that doesn't know what an alt room is, it's like if somebody puts a mic in the corner of a warehouse, a bar, or whatever. It's not a place that's supposed to do comedy.
An art gallery.
An art gallery, as you have.
I've been to places where you've had a show like it's a bar downstairs and then it's like a really small room upstairs that'll sit like 20 people.
Yep. Those are the nicest though. But you know, I know something cool about alt, not to throw you off your track, just to enhance on it. That's where comedy started. In basements and spots like that, that's where it started. That's where it was safe to say these things.
Yeah. There's a level of intimacy to it. There's like you
can't get at a club.
You can't, man. And once you develop a good rapport with them, and you have to do it really quick, it's like church almost. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I think Ivan has a couple rooms that kind of remind me of church. Not to be
thanks,
weird.
Man. No, thanks.
Like, you have.
I'm very spiritual, and that's it. Mark comes into the spot sometimes. Shouts out to Mark. Salute. He comes into the spot sometimes, and he'll be like, "Man, your spot, man, it's just you can feel the electricity, and you can feel it." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's what I'm going for. I like when I see a old white lady come in that I met at Mount Vernon Marketplace, 80 years old, and then after that, a young dude I know that work around the way. That come in and they sit beside each other, laughing at the same jokes, slapping knees. You know what I mean? Like, that won't happen nowhere else.
Yeah, and that's actually something that helped my comedy. I realized that, like, you can say whatever you want. It doesn't have to be at the cost of somebody's feelings in the room. I didn't know that was because I used to go when I first started seeing comedy in Baltimore. I went to like some rooms and they were like just shitting on big people or white people, and like intensely. I'm not talking about like at like jokes. It was just like you are the devil. you are trash. And like going to rooms like that, it's like not fun. It's not. Yeah. And then when I first got into it, it was.
You want there to be a level of competition, but you don't want it to be intimidating.
Right. It was like the goddamn wolf pack. Shit was like New World Order. Motherfuckers was traveling in packs that were so uncomfortable sometimes. Like, you know, because everybody had this aspiration to go to New York, man. So, like, if you weren't in that clique, if you weren't in that group, and a lot of them have gone to go to New York, and some people are doing really well. Right. But if you weren't a part of that, you missed the wave. You couldn't get booked for shit. It was hard to get into even open mics. Yeah. So I had to keep hanging out. I was the last person there. Right. For years. Just being like the last person there. Like, I got you, Ronald. Then 2 hours later, I got you. Then I had to make people laugh.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I get on stage and I wasn't funny for the first, year. I was like, all right, I gotta be funny, so I gotta think of some fast shit to say or play with the crowd. It's hard, man. It was hard. It is a weird scene to come into.
With me, with the timing thing, I came up in an era where clubs were just, and also I think it was also geographical for me.
Okay.
Where I was at, I didn't even realize I was taking it for granted. But you guys kind of got the same thing. It's just that times have changed. I feel like there was an era at one point where clubs were the mecca. It was like, I want to perform at the club. Right, you know what I'm saying? And since then, a lot of clubs have taken the time out to be more concerned about the dollars coming in the door from drinks and food than they are about cultivating local talent, and bringing, and just helping out with the scene. You know what I mean? So now, every single club is like giving away free tickets. Just make sure you buy 2 drinks and buy something to eat and da-da-da-da. And, if you, like, whatever, who's ever MCing, I'll call them the night of, whatever. It's like, and those 2 slots, the MC and maybe a guest spot at a club, those were the things that you strive for your first year and a half, 2 years in the game, you know what I mean? But now, it's kind of like...
It's impossible.
Now... Yeah, now it's changed because that's not what they're concerned about even helping as far as cultivating talent. But now, the hottest thing a new comic will want to do is be on a certain type of showcase.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like, I've never been on this flyer before. They got the hottest shows, and that, we're in the midst of that right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really changing.
It's like boutique comedy almost.
Yeah.
It's real weird. It's very specified. Like, there's a room for every, like, it's like genres on Netflix. Yeah. Like, you want a black crowd. That's what's so weird too, man. Because you and I are black comics, and yet we're not
black comedians.
See, okay, I got you. So I'm gonna be.
I've been trying to figure that out.
This is what it is with me. Like I said, when I first go ahead. I think you're about to say exactly.
You tend to be you can. I can go to I've done those shows before. Mm-hmm. I've done some of those, like
totally 100% black rooms. Gotcha. I got you.
I've done those.
I'll say it. I know what you mean. No, because we all know what you're saying, and for those out there that may feel like go learn something. But anyway, everyone out there that knows what we're talking about, we're simply saying there is different avenues and genres.
Segregation on some level.
Within this career path. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you and I fit comedically in a different place. Because we're not coming out there like, motherfucker, you better. You know what I'm talking about. And there's nothing wrong with that style of comedy. Yeah. Because we don't do that style of comedy, there's an expectation when you come into a room as a black comic in those rooms. Mm-hmm. I don't fit into that. I'd like to believe that you don't. Your comedy. No,
I survive with that. I survive very well.
Yeah, you can. I'm not saying that you cannot survive.
This is when I'm not going. This is what I'm gonna tell you.
Sure.
Did I have an issue with that at one point? Yes. Did I get over it quickly? Yes.
You have to.
Here is how. I had the opportunity to come up in a club once again. So when I was that year and a half moment when Virginia House of Comedy hit me up and was like, Don DC Curry coming to town, I want you to open up for him, young man, da-da-da. And everybody, I'm 23, I'm 23, 24, everybody in there is 50-something and older and done smoked crack in their life. They done like, no matter, everybody in there know about sucking dick and stuff like that. Yeah. I done probably ate like 4 pussies in my life at that point. You know what I mean? Who knows? But it's just the levels of conversations and the things that they were talking about. I had to figure a way out to find topics of conversation that will work that I wasn't compromising too much of myself while still taking them into consideration. Yeah. And that's when the broke material came into play. Right. Because I realized that I would do that joke on a club night Thursday at a guest spot MCing for my homeboy MCing. Shouts out, salute Quincy Carr. And next thing you know, it'll land. A room full of white people. And I realized the key is, and Quincy, y'all check him out. He professionalizes in doing clean shows. But that's where I came up in. So it started to become my niche to go up on Apollo night, which was that Wednesday night, the most pop. Like so many guys came out. Bodacious came out of Apollo night. Angus Black came out of Apollo night. Jay Farrell came out of Apollo night. You know what I'm saying? So Leonard Oots came from out of that next scene after Apollo night. But anyway, I came out of Apollo night, but what would happen is we would all want to get that. It was, first of all, that's another thing that when I say competition and not intimidation, with what you were saying with how it was on the scene, if we all ranked each other, if it was a real, because that's what a club would do. A club would give us the ability. If we had a showcase at a club, then we would line the setup accordingly. The least funniest people by experience and talent are in the beginning. Funniest people are at the end. So it would all be based upon where you go out on the list, and if that changes over time. But that's one thing that I had. We didn't have that. I mean, as y'all didn't have that on the scene. So what it was, by default, it became very cliquish, as you were saying.
Yeah.
And you see how much that can destroy a scene, because what happens is no one is concerned upon who's funny and who's not. It's who am I friends with?
Who got the juice? Who got the juice? Who has the popping rooms? Not necessarily who has the best rooms. Who has the most popping? Who has a room where they can pack the house? The tickets are $10 each, and they're packing the house and stuff like that. Like, that's what counts to some people, because they want to be seen in that. But I just like the crowd. I like a good crowd.
I'll take a good crowd.
I'll take a good crowd over everything. I don't care about the money. Like, I want money eventually.
Yeah, right.
But at the heart of it, the good crowds are what I think you've been trying to, in the last couple of years, harness. So tell me about that. When did you start? When did you decide when you were here that you wanted to start building some rooms, showcases? I guess.
Man, when I saw the shit that you're saying, when I saw that people were being put on a pedestal for things that had nothing to do with professionalism and funny, and I was like, why is that? And then I was thinking to myself, so where is the place where so-and-so, no matter who this person is on any particular night or what clique it may be, doesn't have their own lunch table? Like, what is that one neutral place where we're all even? It's some people that's going to laugh at your jokes. It's some people that don't know you. It's some people that's heard of you. It's some people that that you would probably never perform in front of. You would never get a chance to perform in front of this demographic. I totally, purposefully book a diverse audience. They have to RSVP. You know what I'm saying? I purposefully do it like that. So therefore, when you come in there, it's been nights before where you've been funnier than people that you've been like, damn, I was the funniest person tonight. Right. But that all had to do with we're all on the even plane. And when you really do that, as the greatest comedians in all time say, the best comedian of all time can have a bad night, have a bad set.
Which is humbling. It's good to have that happen.
Yeah, but this is the only art form that's like that. All of a sudden, LeBron can have a bad game, but it'll be in the series. He'll win the championship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, but he has an opportunity to still get stats. Whereas these people that are here tonight are going to remember what happened tonight for the rest of their lives. I may not ever get a chance to perform in front of this person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The people don't think, you know?
Yeah. Off of your shows, I've been downtown. People like, yo, you at Ivan. I've had that happen like in my life like 20 times.
To even go to your funny and popularity, I've been at a restaurant and somebody's like, hey, yo, Ivan, Ronald James took us to your show. He told us he was walking in. I was like, yo.
It's nice, man. It's you've done.
I was at the Lyft office and somebody was like, hey, you a comedian. Yeah, I'm Ronald James. Your homegirl. Yeah. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, it's a nice thing, man. You've captured this energy through this diversity in a crowd that I don't think that a lot of people have done here, especially. And I've gone to a lot of DC shows and stuff like that, and it's not there either. I think it's hard to find a safe place for comics, man.
I say 70% of the people that's at my shows, I've had private conversation with them, whether it be through email, Facebook, whether it be through, talking on the street, whether it be through going to one of their events, whether it be through, I'm gonna put a little jewel out there. And the reason why is because it ain't about the information you get, because everybody knows how to be a millionaire. It's just a lot of people are lazy. So if I've been going to a barber for 6 months and he's never been to my show, I'm getting another barber. If I ever bought weed from you more than 3 times, you've never been to my show, I'm stop buying weed from you. If you're my mailman, and every time I see you come out, we have nice conversation, you've never been to my show, and I've been speaking to you for a year, you stop by, I might be having a beer on the patio one day, I give you a beer, you chill out and talk, you ain't never been to one of my shows, we ain't sharing talk no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same person that bag up my groceries, I tip the young man $1 every here and there, every time again. If you ain't stopped out to my shows, you know what I mean? But these are all avenues of people that you literally put, and all of my shows are free, as you know, donations. Yeah. And if it's at my private spots, just your drinks are free too, right or wrong.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So if you've never came to enjoy,
no excuse.
If you've never came to enjoy, you know what I'm saying? Then after that, so think about how many. I'm pretty sure, not just you or anyone in particular, but I'm pretty sure there's about 20 different people that any comedian can ramble off the top of his head right now. That's like, I give this person money on a regular basis that hasn't been to your show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not about marketing as much as what type of audience. Are you trying to sell tickets to a show, or are you trying to have a good show? And if you make money, you make money. Yeah. There's a fine line between being a producer, a promoter, and a stand-up comedian. And within producing your own events, you have to be able to be all three successfully, right, without compromising yourself in one or other field. Because we know a lot of guys that got into producing and promoting, and the funny fell off. You've seen that happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, it's just it ain't nothing I did on purpose. I mean, stop acting like it's a formula to it. It ain't nothing I did on purpose. You know, it's just I just was very focused about us having a even playing field, and I think for that to happen, we needed a very diverse audience, something like what clubs used to be like before it was all about. Because I think there's a lot of comedy fans out there, but they're not in clubs as much as they're in alt rooms now.
Right.
There's a young lady I saw at Raleigh's the other week. I saw her at the last 5 shows. Yeah. She came by herself. And then after that, I had a meeting at MVM right there. Man, she was just walking by with her dog. There are people that are real comedy heads, but they know where to find the comedy.
Yeah.
And there are people that just want to have a good night and eat something nice and take their date out to a comedy show, and they go to clubs now.
Interesting. I think there's something to just having good business. So something I'm learning as a person is just the intricacies of business, and some of that has to do with like the love of it. If you don't love it, if you don't devote the energy to it, it's not going to reap the rewards. You hear about people that make things for money, right? Then that's the thing. That's a good thing, but you have to cultivate the relationships. You gotta talk to people. You gotta get to know people. You gotta know the material you're using. You gotta know, what kind of cups, what kind of drinks you're using. It's everything. It's everything. You gotta care about those things.
Yeah, man. I mean, that is. If I have to attribute that to anything, that's home training. I'm being real.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of your mother saying you can have friends over, and then her being like, how you going to let your friends come over and dirty up the house like this? Either you going to clean up after your friends, or you going to be like, yo, when y'all over here, make sure you treat my mom and stuff XYZ. Yeah. So how many times, how do I act when it comes down to my shows when I be like, yo, get your feet off the wall, man. Come on,
Yeah.
But these are all things you gotta treat like it's your house. Yeah. If you treat your shows like it's your house, then it's gonna feel like it. It's gonna go just like that. It's gonna be, and you wouldn't let nobody in your house that you feel like gonna piss on the walls.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But people make their shows about. They don't base their audience off of. Some people don't base their audience off of any of that, other than can you afford this ticket.
Right.
Which is why sometimes you have audiences that are like, it's like, did you come here to watch comedy? Because it looks like you came here to be a part of the show. We got open mics on weekends, Right. Did you come here to see the show, or did you come here to talk out loud at the bar, whatever,
Right.
So, now, for what you do, doing your free shows and invite shows, does it give you a different energy than when people are paying at the door? Like, I in my head, I imagine people saying, I paid $10 for this ticket. You better make me laugh.
And that is the notion of anybody that pays for anything. I paid $5 for this cupcake. It better be sweet. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's an expectation of anything. So this is why I say no. I actually have a lot of people come up to me and be like, man, you should charge for your shows. And these are audience members. Like, I'll pay this, I'll pay that.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da. And then they'll be like, I went to this one show and people weren't even funny, but they were paying $20 at the door and da-da-da-da. And at that very moment, I think as much as they want me to reap the financial benefits of being able to put on a great show, I just don't. There's a morality to it.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean when it comes down to those fine lines of being a comedian, a producer, and a promoter. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I don't want to ever become too much of a producer or a comedian to the point where I feel like, a producer or a promoter to the point that I feel like my morals as a comedian, my morals, values, and principles as a comedian are very high. But when it comes down to being a promoter and a producer, they're very like, man, we just going to get this money. You know what I mean? And then after that, that'll start to actually reflect onto my comedy as time goes on. And at this point in my life, on some realness, I'm having a lot of like moral issues when it comes down to like not dealing with myself or living with myself, but just being conscious of like not wanting to do anyone wrong, wanting to be fair, wanting to be, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I realize in this game, as you want to become more successful, somebody told me a long time ago, you can't never be fully successful without ever stepping on somebody.
I've heard that a lot, actually.
Yeah. And it's like, even with the way that I do things, I'm very inclusive. Yeah. Because I don't want to be the king of the castle. I don't want to own the boat as much as I just want to be able to have access to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the king of the castle as much as I just want to be able to have a room in it.
The problem is, though, by default, you're always stepping on somebody's toes because...
And that's what I'm living
7
with.
days in a week.
And that's what I'm doing. You see what I'm...
7 days in a week, you put a show, you make a show at one time.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. You make a show at a certain time, a day. You make a show on Monday, and it's warm. That's 5 shows on Monday. You make one on Wednesday. That's 5. You know what I mean? Somebody's going to see your flyer. They're balling up their fists and they're like, "That motherfucker."
Yeah. I think what it is your intention of how you do it. Like if you're trying to cultivate a space where everybody can enjoy themselves and everybody can come to your show, or you can go to their show when you having an off night or something like that, then it creates a good environment. But if you come in hostile, trying to take over spaces and saying, "Oh, if he don't book this night, I'm gonna take that space so he can't have it, and I'm gonna have this space over here."
And that is, as you can see, like that's what I mean. It's kind of like by default, things come across where it's like this person has literally done you wrong. And now you're in a position to close the door in their face. And it's like, I'm still not closing the door in their face because I base professional situations off of professionality and talent. If you're funny and you're professional, regardless of what you don't like about me for your own independent reasons, I'm going to still be respectful towards you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think that most things could be, but I'm one of those people that think that most things could be talked out. I think that if you got an issue... You and I have had many conversations about things we bumped heads about that we just talked out. Because it's as simple as just being...
And then we found a common enemy, and that really helped.
You talk about it enough, you're like, all right, I was dumb about that. Right. I was not considering this, or I could have considered this, or, you know, we made a mistake at this part. It's okay to talk about stuff. And the problem with egos is that you have this idea about who you are as a person, and you live by that forever. You're like, I never let a person step on me. And you may think that any action where you have to kind of fall back a little bit is being weak, but it's not sometimes. So
this is exactly what I'm saying as far as morality at this point. Think about being conscious 100%. Because in your everyday life, you'll pass by something and it'll just come like, you should do this, you should have did. And but by this time you're on the next, you're like, man, I feel some type of way. Should I have done something? Yeah. You know what I mean? And these are all these types of decisions. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm just very conscious of these things right now. And I just want to do it right. You know, I just want to do it right, continue to do it right. But I don't want to get too involved in that. It's like, it's kind of inevitable, as you say. I'm living with not being able to make everyone happy.
Yeah, I mean it's like Spider-Man.
I'm Childish Gambino right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real.
Great responsibility, man. It's something to think about.
I feel like I do feel like when it comes down to our scene within the city, city comedians. Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't venture to the county much. I'll go to DC, I'll go to Virginia Beach, I'll go to New York, but I don't really just go to like BC, Baltimore County too often. But city, like I make sure I spread it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm biased at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I try to too.
I feel like you guys do, and I think what y'all are cultivating over there is with regardless in like the scene, especially what you and Violence do with the things that you're doing with your type of podcast. It's basically since Kanye stopped wearing collared shirts and Louis Vuitton book bags, there has been no face for a young man that's black, but he's capable of being a nigga. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's not. He's just black.
Right.
But you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And being a nigga being okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now the thing that I feel like Kendrick does is he does the same thing, but he reverses it. It's like I'm a nigga, be comfortable with it.
Right.
And that's cool too.
Yeah.
It's more so literally along almost the thug life Tupac lane without necessarily saying I'm a thug because I'm a thug in your eyes and I don't mind being a thug. You feel? You see what I'm saying? Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know what I mean? I feel like since Kanye stepped out of that light, we really don't. We thought Cole was going to do it, and Cole was like, no. And then after that, you know, we thought Crit was going to do it, and Crit was like, I like Cadillacs too much. I'm going to just stay down here.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And we thought Lupe was going to do it, and found out Lupe was a little bit too political. You know what I'm saying? We was like, all right, you know. Yeah. And then after that,
I think about political all the time.
But don't do me like that. Nah, I can't. I think
about something I think about a lot is subject matter, because I had a lot of like jokes that are like on the heavier end.
Yeah, and you and I kind of had a conversation about that the other day.
I fight it. Like there's a I can do the light stuff for 10, 15 minutes. I like that.
But you feel like you sell your soul when you ain't giving it.
Right. When I'm not doing something that's in my head, I'm like, I gotta talk about this.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a battle in my head.
Speaking of, I think Hassan Minaj did a good job of actually doing that, taking people through the emotions on his Netflix special, as far as like telling funny stuff and then telling, you know, emotional stuff, telling personal experiences from his parents being an immigrant and coming over here and dealing with racism and then going back into funny. So
as long as people know when they watch that special that it's not stand up per se, it's a one man show.
Kinda.
Yeah, it is by definition.
So there's takes where there's like
it's very few jokes.
Like Kevin Hart's last special where he had the big board and there was different scenes behind it for certain
there's
jokes.
Different
it's more it's more of that. It's like that show, but a little bit more.
It's
with as much
funny anecdotes.
With as much of a reenactment style that I have, I've been writing a one man show.
For real?
Yeah, that has to do with just basically my childhood up to the point, like right before I go to the military.
That's really cool. So you teach too? You've done some teaching.
Yeah, post of the military. I was the assistant to the vice president of government programs at Tidewater Community College, and then I had the ability to be an instructor for the workforce development department at Tidewater Community. It was cool.
Can you teach them comedy here too?
Oh, in the city, yeah. So from my being able to write curriculums and things like that, I'm after working with Creative Alliance, and I was at John Ruhr Elementary along with co-instructor Ty Coleman. Shouts out to Ty. We had a course where I assisted her once, and she assisted me. But her course was sketch. No, mine was sketch comedy, and hers was improv. So we would do an hour. I want to say an hour and a half with the kids twice a week, and it was nice, man. It was real good. Looking forward to doing it again next year.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, back to like you said, you guys talked about different spaces a lot. I heard a lot when comics do interviews lately. They talk about cell phones being at events. Is that something that you try and deal with and address like during your show? Like, do you see a difference when people are trying to record the show versus just listening to the jokes or having their phones out?
If it is, the only time it bothers me is if it's affecting the show, because you'll see somebody that's like, they'll pull their phone out, and then you'll see them not get the pic they want, and then they'll interrupt the person next to them and be like, can you help me with this? And then before you know it, the person next to them is distracted, and then after that, both of them are looking in the phone, and after that, they ask the person behind them that's at their table, you know how we trying to record this, and then before you know it, this is 3. So I mean, just if you pull it out, you're neat with it, you're gonna record my whole set. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But because you're there, I wouldn't care if you recorded it.
I've only had one bad.
I know it sounds weird. It's kind of like, but it's like, because it's you and you're there and you wanna, like, I had somebody, shouts out to Patrick, shouts out to Kay, I see y'all. I had somebody that moved away, and she had her father-in-law come and Facebook Live the event. You know, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, all right. But beforehand, they were at every show. So it was like, I get it. Yeah. You know, thanks for the support. You know what I mean? It wasn't a sense of, it wasn't as much of you trying to stunt for the gram or show your friends that you were at a show, or you trying to record something. It was literally just all out of sheer electricity. Like, I want to share this. I want to be a part of this. Boom. I really want to get with some friends of mine in London and do a streaming audience. So have the projector of just about 20 people just in the audience on the wall. Yeah. And then where they're at, have their projector being a footage of us, you know, streaming live at the very moment. And then after that way you can do crowd work from like 1,000 miles away. But think about it though. You can be like, yeah, you in the red shirt. Hey, what are you doing? And then they can talk back, you know, like, I would really love to set that up.
Wow. What was the other thing?
Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I've never seen.
That's actually
my mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but anyway, while you get that, I want to go back to something. I'm very curious about where comedy is going to be like 20 years from now, because while I was doing the sketch comedy class, I'm like, all right, so how many of you guys know? I mean, so they're like 10, 11 at the oldest, I mean, maybe 9, 10. None of them knew what a sketch was. The closest thing they knew what a sketch was at that time, Vine was like Vine was just going to a minute. Yeah. All they knew about was 10-minute clips, or they didn't know nothing about SNL. They knew nothing about that. They knew nothing about none of that stuff. So their frame of reference was either stand-up comedian or total slapstick, 5-second, total slapstick. Yeah. Like literally hurting yourself, like running into stuff. Like I wrote something and just running the wall, and like you're like, okay, all right. So I had to like literally go back and find age appropriate clips and things like that to show them of 3-minute full sketches, like plots, punchlines, scenario, scene, setup, setting, like all that. It was like they were like, oh, so after the first one, they were able to write their own sketches. It was crazy, but it's just weird to think like, wow, with that being, like, I don't know. That just blew me away.
Now, you said you like the phones being there. Does it ever feel intrusive when you're trying to work something out and you hope that, you know, other people don't see it before you actually get it to where you want it to be?
Once it depends on who it is. Like if I know they're doing, and I know that sounds weird, but if I think they're doing it for the purpose of, like I saw a lady do it at Mount Vernon Marketplace one time. Like she just walked in and she was just like, oh. And then after that, she just pulled out her phone and just started getting. And I was just like, I wouldn't like that, because you're not capturing it because you like this person. You're not capturing it because you think they're funny. You're not capturing it. So afterwards, what you're gonna post is at a comedy show. So now, even if you did capture something nice or something, so even if it wasn't funny, somebody will watch that and be like, I like that person though. You don't even get the person's name. Right. You don't know where you at. You don't know the name of the show. You don't know. So it's kind of like you're posting it for the wrong reasons. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah. But if it's somebody that's a fan,
I get that.
Let it ride. That's what I meant when I'm like, if it's you, like if it's the right person, gotcha. Do it.
I had a really bad experience at Sidebar. There was this dude that was like, he came there with a couple people, and he was like recording people's sets, and he would look at the camera like, I'm better than this nigga. I kill this nigga. I got up on stage and he's still pointing the camera, and I see him look at the camera like, yo, he not even funny about to kill this nigga. Points at me and keeps, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening? He goes up, and when I say he bombs, it made me so uncomfortable because I wanted him to win. I was like, he shit. He better kill me.
You're a better person than I would because I would want him to go up there and bomb.
I wanted him to win so bad.
It would only go one of two ways. Either I would have to joke on him, or he would have to go up there and bomb for me to be happy that night.
I didn't get it. I thought that he was incredible. I thought he was like one of those people like magic debunkers. You know, he's like, "This not how you do this shit. This how you do it."
Right.
Nah, it was crazy, man. I not flipped out at Sidebar before a couple times, but
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, for what?
People talking on my set, and not like just like, hey,
I've seen you flip out, but not over Sidebar.
Do you ever see that one time with a guy?
Oh, I thought you was back.
I told a Bill Cosby joke. I was like, well, Bill Cosby was like, we heard that before. And I was like, who said that? And he was like, I said it. I was like, if you talk one more time, I'm going to come back there and fuck you up. And I screamed it at him. It's like, you stupid white. I was crazy. It got weird. I was like, I flipped out. But it was, you know what it is though? Sidebar has that type of audience where I really just want to get a real, this is the first layer, this first time I'm trying some material, I really want to hit Sidebar with it. I want to know how it feels. No, I like it, man.
Because of that. Because of what you just said. It's not where I want to, like, this is how you're looking at it.
When it's incredible though. But when it's bad, it's like, I want to.
This is all I'm saying.
Bleed out
this is what you're saying. You're saying, and you've made it a personal vendetta. I don't think you realize this. What you're saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's all you're saying. You're saying because I've been punched in the face so many times when I walk down this street, I just want to walk down this street and have niggas not punch me in the face. Like, that's it. So it's like, yeah, that's simply why I don't feel that way. The places that I did feel that, put it like that, I had a Sidebar. I'll say that. And once I conquered it, it was over and done with. I had a spot like that. It was called the Bayside Inn. It was a block. Yeah, it was called. That's why I started. It was the block over from Thurgood Comedy Club that shut down. And like my era of guys, like just a niche of us, like was like there. And then it was this record shop downtown that we would like. That would be kind of our like. I wouldn't say PAC, but kind of like our like like our Sidebar, kind of like our Crown. Okay. And it was a record shop.
Oh, Crown, that's very specific.
Crown
is like
because the Crown, that's the type of audience. That's the type of audience that was there. You know what I'm saying? But like it was good for what it was, man. I really, But the Sidebar don't do that to me, man. It's like in this area, like right now where I'm at and where I'm at in my career, man. It's at a space where it's like I already know I'm gonna stay with this bitch. So it's like ain't no need for me to even complain when she do shit I don't like. It's like sometimes I just want to have a good night with her. That's it. You know what I mean? It's like that's it. I already know.
If we're so lucky.
That's it. But that's where I'm at with it. So it's kind of like that's a good way to put it. Certain people are still in that phase where it's like, man, she getting on my nerves, man. She be there. It's like
I don't hate it, man. I hate when people talk about it like they're unimpressed. I'm still impressed by comedy. I still watch comedy with an eagerness. I see it. We see it hours and hours over the week, and I still love it.
That's the thing. I just started. I don't enjoy watching a lot of other comedies. But see, this is why though. And I just want to be specific. I do enjoy watching certain comedians, but I got to be very considerate of what I put in front of my eyes because once again, I'm the type of comic that I would be like, I reenact things. So I don't ever want to see somebody and subconsciously start to cultivate or mimic their mannerisms.
I got you.
And that can happen. We know tons of comics where it's like, yeah, he was mentored by so-and-so. And now you still see that little bit of niche where you're like, yeah, I can see it. I don't want that. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of comedians, but that I like. There's a that I'm like, okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of sprinkle from there, a little bit of salt from there, but it's no. If I watch too much of somebody, I'm afraid I'll start to.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
So you have a festival coming soon?
No, we have a festival coming soon.
Okay, we have a festival coming soon.
The city of Baltimore has a festival coming soon.
When is it happening?
Opening ceremony, August 31st at Riley's Oyster House, www.baltimorecomedyfestival.com. And, everything's official, signed, T-dotted. We're good to go. You know, paperwork right. We're ready. Venue signed off, over 10 at this moment. And yeah, and 8 of them are lined up along the light rail. We'll be doing cross promotion at Artscape LOL this year. Bopa is one of our main supporters, helping us out with a lot of things, crossing T's and dotting I's. Also, we're on Maryland State Tourism site. Come check us out over there. And yeah, man, we'll be lifting off soon. Submissions will be starting somewhere around, I'll say, right after June 10th. And we're going to do submissions for 1 month. The first, I say, anywhere from 3 weeks to, I say, like the first up, and like there'll be maybe a small window where if you don't take advantage of free submissions, you'll have to pay a little small fee. But I don't want anybody to do that. So please get in on the free submissions, come through, and we have some major headliners coming in. There's going to be over 10 different free events. Everybody's going to have a good time. And logo drops already. Come check us out. Maps already on the page. See us.
Wow.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out real quick while we're right here. www. Oh, so listen to Ronald's reaction here.
It's BaltimoreComedyFestival.com?
Yep.
BCF. Oh shit! This is a beautiful logo. It's a beautiful logo.
Shouts out to the design team, Eric Glazier.
September 1st through the 4th. September 1st through the 4th. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, yeah. Sucker tag. But shouts out to Eric Glazier with all the help on the design tip, man. That's the guy over there at ABT Productions as well. And you see the map?
Oh my God. Yeah. Let me just list off some of the places. Union Craft Brewing, The Crown, Riley's, Asian Taste, Auto Bar, Mount Vernon Marketplace, Wind Up Space, Motor House, Taps Fill Station, Sidebar. This is major. This is goddamn.
Yeah, so you see how everything's like so close and tight knit in the city, man. And if you're able to hit each and every event throughout the 5 days, then you will get like a special sponsorship package, like friendly present at the end, showing how much you are. And then like we're gonna have up to 200 shirts for special edition founders, which means that you were here in the beginning, the very first year, 2017, and beyond.
Ooh. This is impressive, man.
I'm
man. Impressed right now.
Check the check the about real quick.
Oh shit! I'm looking at the site. It's very easy to maneuver through. Wow.
So how are
read this for us, please, Ronald. Please.
The mission of the Baltimore Comedy Festival is to offer free comedy events, including art, showcases, panel discussions, and podcast recordings within the surrounding Baltimore communities. BCF includes over 10 events located in some of the coolest venues in the city. There are also opportunities within the events to meet and hang out with comedians. There will be an opening ceremony and showcase August 31st, which will be held at Riley's, located in Mount Vernon. A closing ceremony will take place at Sidebar, located in downtown Baltimore on September 4th. So yeah, this is dope, man.
Thank you, man. So yeah, alongside of Garrett and Archie's gonna have one coming back. I would love for you guys to do a podcast recording for the festival, man.
Okay.
Oh, shut up.
You can do that.
Yeah, within one of those days, just pick a slot time. I'll get back with you and we just put you in there, man.
Okay.
Dope.
Pick a dope ass.
And like I said, it's very inclusive. This is not this is I want us all to have a seat at the table. I want everybody to put their sword in. So whatever event slot time you do, whatever donations you make, whatever money you make from that time that you did your thing, you keep 100%.
Jesus, man.
So how are the
so basically everyone is
goers
producing their own event. You keep 100% of it. You do your thing, and we're all including at the end. It's gonna be like a collective event of a collective weekend of laughter, man. We'll get it on.
That's dope, man. So how the concert is going to be able to move around, hit different venues, or is it going to be different nights for different spaces? Or?
Yeah. The events will be going on 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 8:30 to 9 will be the starting event. So you'll be able to hit, if you want to hit each and every event, you'll be able to spend 30 minutes at each event.
Nice.
But if you want to hit 2 that evening, you'll be able to go to 2 fully and stay the whole entire time. You guys know we've brought Jordan Rock to town. We brought Reggie Thomas. They have an outstanding showcase in Brooklyn. We've got a lot of upcoming guys. We had Shane come in from Los Angeles. I mean, come on, man. We're just going to try to do it right. Have a good time and get that electricity. He's on Love season 2.
Love, wasn't he on
Boston Calling this previous weekend?
I saw him in a movie.
Big 10, Netflix.
Yeah,
man.
He was in
when he finished filming that, what he wore when we did He said, I just took this off the set. He was like, I was like, yo, you crazy, man. And like, yo, shouts out to Jordan Rock, Tony Rock, that whole entire team, Rock the World, #Rock the World, man. Those guys helped me out so. Some of the coolest guys, outstanding family. Shouts out to Sherrod Small, man. Love to trying to get those guys to come back. But yeah, man, the schedule will be dropping for the Baltimore Comedy Festival. Once again, www.baltimorecomedyfestival.com. Check us out at Maryland Tourism. Check us also out at Artscape. We'll be promoting there. Shouts out to all the people that's helping us out. Mike Quinlan, S. Cullen, Iglesia, thank you. And none other than my homeboy, Dark Mark Joyner, helping us out big time with those things. And the closing ceremony at Mark's spot on that Monday is going to be crazy.
It is? Oh, I can't wait.
Crazy. Yeah, so the Saturday night event is going to be at Union Brewery, and I don't know if you had an opportunity to come to the last one, but we had about 150 people out there. It was in the brewery.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
man.
No. That's pretty exciting, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad that, because I mean, people have attempted to do festivals here that haven't really felt as inclusive as this feels.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. And speaking of inclusion and stuff like that, did you check out that comedy scene article that came out a couple of days ago?
Hey, this is once again moral. I'm trying to tell you. I see it, Ronald. I know what you look. This is all I got to say about it. And this is what, because as soon as I seen it, I thought it was your girl. You remember the young lady that came by and was writing the article. And I know that's still on the way of some sort. But I didn't know. So I was like, one of
our previous episodes.
So I was like, huh. So when I saw it, primarily that was like 70% about improv and 30% about stand-up comedy.
In a very specific couple places too.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, I don't think that showed me. Okay, how about, would you agree with me on that? I have no problems, and congratulations. Shouts out to Chris Hudson, and I hit Chris up and told him, yo, good shit on your shine, because right. He's gotten funnier. He's gotten way funnier. You know what I mean? Good shit on your shine, bro. So that's that. However, did that article include the scene?
It used the word scene. That's why it bothered me.
Yeah.
It used the word scene.
It
was like scene, and they included like the word spots, and then they're talking about any of the mics.
Yeah.
Any other showcases, none of the bookcases. So even the ones, I'm talking about ones that's not mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got like the scene is going forward. So it's like, and everybody's like loving that, right? Because we know everybody feels electricity.
Yeah.
So for that article to come out, how about we do it like this? Once again, I love everybody that was in there, but
I legitimately
shouts out. But did that cover the entire? Not even the entire. Did that even cover 50% of the scene?
No, it felt a little lazy. It felt
Done.
It felt like it just didn't touch.
So once again, shouts out to everybody in the article, but the person that wrote it, the scene is way bigger.
Yeah.
Way bigger and way more fluid. We got, like he said, it's a Netflix category. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing that makes it beautiful about that is when you which is why I have my show so diverse. When you grab somebody from the horror category, from this category, from the from the romantic, when you grab somebody from all these categories, and you'll have an audience of people from all these categories. So one night you have a chance to perform in front of all these different types of audiences, all these different type of mindsets, versus having to go to each and every room and murder.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to base it diversity off of,
Oh, cool.
And the goal is still to go to each and every room and murder, of course.
Right.
You want to go, you want to go places where you can be challenged and your theories are not the same. However, it's still funny.
Yeah. Can I tell you a story?
Please do.
A couple weeks ago, comic Quincy Jones came into town, and so we met at Magoobies. He and I met in Magoobies
a while back. When he came in.
When he came.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's like looking through his phone. He's like, "Yo, I'm trying to get in contact with somebody," and I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "My man, Ivan Martin." I was like, "Ivan Martin." He's like, "That's my man." Like for anybody that doesn't know, Quincy Jones is the man who was he has terminal cancer. He was brought on to Ellen. Ellen liked his stuff so much that she brokered a deal for him to have a special on HBO. He's funny as fuck. We did a couple.
Shouts out Quincy Jones.
Quincy's so
funny.
funny.
I hit 1919 with him. Shouts out to Sam Kelly. Yep.
Yeah.
When he came into town, thank you, Cameron Farmer. She hit me up and was like, "Hey, Ivan, my homeboy Quincy Jones coming into town. I need you to take care of him." Yo, shouts out to Cam. Yo, when I went to LA to do my Ice House taping, Cam picked me up.
For real?
Cam took us to the club. Cam gave us some party favors. Cam took us to the store. Cam drove us back. The whole way we spoke on the phone, on speakerphone, through the rig Bluetooth with Colin back before he moved over. So it was just like,
wow.
It was like, yo, man. So when she hit me up, I was like, whatever you need, Cameron.
Yeah.
Whatever you need.
Quincy's a cool ass dude.
Yeah, and then so on top of Quincy being as cool as he is, and on top of me messing with Cameron as hard as I do, man, it was like, Quincy, whatever you need, guy. And it was like, man, we just hit it off. We just hit it off immediately, man. So he was like, that's my guy.
He's like, that's my guy. He's like, I gotta see what he's doing. And I was like, man, Ivan's cool as fuck. And then we wound up hitting 2 mics. We went to Asian Taste.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, we did Zissimo's, and he was. So he didn't know that Valance knew Garrett. So he went into Asian Taste and was like, yo, the show had stopped. He was like, yo, start the show back up for my man Valance. He wants to do a set. Yeah. And Valance was like, I know. He's like, yo. He's like, be quiet. He's like, I got you. So Garrett started the show back up. Valance did a set, and he left. This shit was incredible.
It was like
Quincy was.
It was weird. It was like you can probably see how me and Quincy get along now.
Yeah.
Yo, me and Quincy.
He's funny, bro.
He's wild.
The fact that he ain't know Valance from shit on the ground and knew that he and I are related. It was just like, I'm gonna make sure he gets a set. I'm gonna make sure I watch it.
He did that. He did that to me for somebody else. Like, yo, this is my guy. So I can help him out. But that's. Tell me when I first came on the scene, that's not how I was.
Yeah, definitely.
It was like, yo, what you do? Boom, boom. Okay, I know somebody. I got some spots in Virginia Beach. And I started bringing guys down to Virginia Beach. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, do the weekend. But if we comics. That's what we. That's
part of it. That's a part of it.
It's the opposite of what you were saying earlier with that cliquish shit.
Yeah.
The total opposite. It's 2 degrees of separation. That's the number one thing I love about being a comedian. Also, unlike being a musician, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think there's levels. Like, you can't just do an open mic. You can be a comedian for less than a year and have met your favorite comedian of all time.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy. It's like very strange how that happens.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you're funny.
I've met most of my favorite comedians so far. The only person I haven't met so far is Aziz, and I haven't met Chris Rock. Once I meet them, I'll pretty much meet.
I met Chris Rock's mom.
Yeah,
we was high as shit, so I was embarrassed. I was like, what the fuck? But then what Jordan was, everybody was high, and Jordan was like, she could smell the weed coming from the dressing room, so it was like, why am I fucking freaking out? And like, Jordan was headlining, man, and he just told
Jordan's
me.
coming up, bro.
Yeah, man, he is
coming up.
Yeah.
Making these appearances and everything.
Man, it's gonna be. And he got some other stuff in the can. He told me about, man. He's going, man. He's going, man. Like I said, he just did that festival, Boston Calling. I was like, that's a good look, man. So
wow.
yeah, man. It had him, Hannibal Buress, a few other guys. It was nice, man. So that guy's, man. That's what I said, man. I would love to get him to come back. I said, bruh, it's gonna only be a matter of time before I hit you up and you just be like, all right, man, we cool, but I'm just too big. We coming down. I'm just too big. He just started laughing. I was like, yeah, man, thanks, though. Thanks, bro. Thanks, man.
Okay. Man, so we have this part of our podcast called the Branded 10, where we basically get every guest that we can get them to. Every guest.
I'll try and go back and backtrack the ones that were missing and try and get them to submit. It's just people with their schedules that we barely able to get them to sit down with us, and then trying to get them to submit something as well, becoming a little difficult. But like I said, I'll reach out to them and try and get that for you guys so you can get a feel for them music wise. But
so basically, it's a 10-song playlist that we get you to make. That kind of represent.
I can do this right now.
All right.
Oh, all right. First off, we can go. You want to type it down? You ready?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So, the first one right now, at this very moment, would be Crew Go Link. I'm just starting to open that envelope. The second one.
Crew like CRU, like the whole group?
No, CREW, Crew. That's the name of the song by GoldLink.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right, and the next one would have to be. Well, since we're not doing any particular order, I can just do it however I want to. Lately, in my head is "If You Ask Me To" by Patti LaBelle. If you ask me to, I just might change my mind and let you in my heart forever. Man, that shit hit hard.
Cool.
Hard.
That's 2.
Yeah, all right. So the next one would definitely be I'm still rocking with this from time to time, man. Still gets the juices flowing. XXXTentacion, Look at Me.
That's actually one of the first times I've ever heard somebody say his name out loud.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, XXXTentacion.
DJ Academics.
Yeah. What's the name of the song?
Look at Me.
Okay.
We can also follow that up with Slide, Calvin Harris, Migos.
Wow.
It's a good one. I mean, all of these are good so far, but I'm just saying.
We can follow that up with, off the new but old release. It's so hard for me to find it because it's hard to find this. I'm trying. It's new but it's old. They were supposed to release this 10 years ago. But the T Wayne project, they have a song called "This Is What I Do."
Yeah.
And they sampled the old the Oompa Loompa, and it's like, "This is what I do." It's kind of like it's just very 2000 era ish, but you know what I mean. That's that. He'll Be There, Bobby Womack. It's called He'll Be There When Your Sun Goes Down. That's really what it's called. Where we at right now?
That's 6.
All right. Lately, I don't know why this joint's just been banging too. I've been playing this a lot. Escape, Softest Place on Earth. And let me see. What's the other? It's a rap track I've been banging lately.
This is a very good playlist.
Yeah.
It's a rap track I've been banging lately that was. I want to put 2 Chainz, It's a Vibe on there, but I know for a fact I want to put Big Sean's Sacrifices on there. But it really feels like what's going to take care of it all. I'm going to go with 2 Chainz featuring Big Sean, K.O.
Yeah. Best of both worlds.
You know? Yeah, because I was like, all right, so I'm going to get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I'll go that way. Ooh, and this will really...
Hold on, what's the name of it? My bad.
2 Chainz featuring Big Sean, K.O. That's the name of the song.
Okay.
And
I can't wait for his new...
Yeah, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. Ooh. Yeah, it's going to be decent.
Have you guys been following the playlist that he's been putting out with him?
Yeah, a little bit.
The Karuchi joint.
It's a whole bunch of. It's one with Karuchi. It's one with Amber Rose, and he's doing a series. Yeah, he's doing a series with different women, and they curate a playlist together.
The last one. This is my last one, right? I got 2 more.
That's 8. 2
okay. Sampha, but you got to do the live version from the Fader recording off the rooftop.
Very specific. Okay.
Yeah, but if not, it's fine. You can look it up. But it's called 100 Degrees Fahrenheit. I suggest looking it up. I suggest listening to it with the lyrics. You can totally understand, but he has an accent, so Okay. One more, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to end it with this. I've been searching for this, and it's just maybe I'm gonna watch this. I've been searching for this. No, not going nowhere with that or whatever. But anyway, let me see. I don't know where to find this, so I'm gonna be sure. I'm gonna tell you where I know you can find it, but I don't know where to find it. And it takes me a while to look it up on. Actually, you have to look up. It's very hard. But anyway, I think it's called. Either it's called Living Off the Love of the Land or Feeding Off the Love of the Land by Stevie Wonder. And it is the song that comes on at the end of Jungle Fever when the little girl is being grabbed by Wesley Snipes' character and yells out, and then the screen pans out, that's the song that comes on. It's a guitar riff, and it's Stevie Wonder actually spitting some real bars.
It's feeding off the love of the land.
Feeding off the love of the land, yeah.
Cool.
And can I have a bonus track?
Sure.
Like something that's just jazz, like nothing. All right. What a Night, Hubert Laws. That's like my favorite track to freestyle off of and stuff.
What's it called?
What a Night, Hubert Laws. Beautiful, beautiful flute solo. Like very funky flute.
Okay. Man. The real time playlists are always the best to me.
Yeah. You are successfully the second person to do that live.
Oh, to be like, oh, boom. Well, I listen to me, man. It's tatted on me right here, whole chest. So, you know what I mean? Word. Music all day, man. So, music is my girlfriend. Comedy is my wife. You know what I mean? Comedy committed, but me and music been feeling on each other for a while. You know. Mm-hmm.
Plucking the nipples and shit.
Exactly, man. Been smelling my finger off of music for years. For years, baby.
Gotcha. Anything else? I think we covered a ton of shit, man. Yeah. Anything you want to say?
Where can we follow you? Where can we?
My birthday show, June 23rd, Union Brewery. Come through. Okay. I think we got one more spot left on that. Valence is on that. You want to slide in there?
What day?
June 23rd, Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Done.
This is where deals get done. Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Yeah, it'll be good, man.
That's dope.
It'll be a nice one, man. It'll be a nice one. It's gonna be fun, you know. With your friends, you know how we do. After that, July 3rd, Mount Vernon Marketplace, and then after that, September 3rd at Mount Vernon Marketplace for the festival event, and September 4th for the closing ceremony sidebar. And we got a few other things in the works. Shouts out to Motor House. I'll be meeting their lovely new managing director tomorrow. It'll be fun, man.
Do you have any social media that they can follow you, get to you, let you know how good your shows were?
comedianivanmartin.com. Any inquiries or any other questions, submissions open up. But if you want to early send submissions, I don't mind. That's fine. As of right now, submissions to contact@baltimorecomedyfest.com.
All right. And, if anything we can do or I can do to, help you promote that, definitely reach out. We'll try and do our best for that.
Please do. You guys will definitely get a T-shirt.
Cool.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
As far as us, it's debonairmaterial.com. You can find all the podcasts there, listen to all the episodes. Season 1 and Season 2 are currently up. Also got our apparel up there. We'll be doing specific apparel for the podcast soon. Ron and I are working on some different things. Yeah, July 13th will be our first live show. That's for Baltimore County Public Libraries. It's their BC Make series.
And the next one will be for the festival.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Get
ready.
As far as social media, we're actually going to be starting Instagram for the podcast soon. But until then, you can follow Debonair Material on Instagram and Deb Material on Twitter. What about you, Ron?
Who is Ron James on Twitter and Instagram? My Twitter following is meek at best.
Meek Millie.
I got to get some more people to follow me and put my thoughts up there. I figure I put pictures of my face up there, motherfuckers. I don't understand it. I don't know.
I got a great.
I don't even know how you did this, but like on Instagram, somehow they found a dislike button for your pictures.
Fuck these pictures. What you should do is buy one of those little things that you like put something in, and it's like a little boxing thing, but it stands still, and you punch it over and over, and you put it right in front of that window, and you reenact the flashback scene from Wesley Snipes on Passenger 57. He got mad after the dude shot his wife. He just be punching in the window. Like, do that.
I might do it, man. You inspiring me. But yeah, man, we appreciate you coming on, man. You dropped a lot of knowledge. BaltimoreComedyFestival.com. I can't wait to be involved. I can't wait to see what's going to come about. There's so many.
Come check us out, the Baltimore comedy scene. These are just the shows that are in the festival, y'all. Right. You know what I'm saying? These are just the venues in the festival. So, hey, come on. Crazy enough, all of these, look at the map. All of those are within a 2-mile radius.
Oh, sure.
These are 10 shows we got going on within a 2-mile radius, and people be like, man. You don't even. I'm like, yeah, like literally living in the city, yo. You can get around.
You could walk to these and have a good time. Yeah, that's dope, man.
That's our scene, baby. We coming up.
So
in no time, they're gonna be like, yeah, I gotta get to Baltimore.
Your next one gonna be sponsored by Under Armour. Watch.
Nice.
You can make it happen.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
Actually, all right, yeah.
We gonna save that for y'all. You know, we gonna save it for you.
But yeah,
hey, thanks again, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate it, bro. Big
time.
Thank you, man. Good times.
What was that, episode 18?
Yep.
Shouts out to my mama.
Mama.
All right, y'all.
Mama told you.
All right, now.